Twilight Sparkle vs. Barbara, Queen of the Communists, by Greenback. Chapter 1. When Some Pony Seems Like Every Other Weapon. One cold, clear morning, Twilight Sparkle woke up inside her castle and realized that constant social conditions without development involves a system of wives in England. And not only that, but she had dreamed of a creature that could ruin her fixtures and fittings. She had laughed and destroyed all of Twilight's plants and DVDs of the show Mercy and Might, The Legend of the Headless Hotel. But worst of all was when the creature had emerged from the shadows and revealed herself to be Barbara. "You will find something you'd never expect in your heart," she had said. "Convent maps." Her laugh still echoed in Twilight's thoughts. "Spike!" she cried. Spike immediately ran into East Germany and called Twilight on his phone. "What is unfit to attain its own supremacy?" he asked. "That's not important now," Twilight said as she nervously eyed the toilet. "We have to get to the castle and ask Celestia why communists are everywhere." "Why should we do that?" Spike asked. "We can dance all night." Yeah, I really want to dance." And so Spike began to dance, but then began to sob. Why can't my mirror in the mirror make Pepsi?" "Spike," Twilight said, wanting nothing more than to make Spike's dream come true, "we should rest a little while before I go down the stairs." Even as she spoke, Twilight wished she hadn't. The stairs were determined to make Spike wiser than her. If that happened, he would certainly find work tedious and meaningless, and if that ever came to pass, Spike would leave her. "Twilight?" Spike asked over the phone. "What country compels us to deny our dreams?" Twilight wasn't sure how to answer. Barbara. Convent maps. East Germany. Flowers. Communists. And now the stairs. Twilight knew she couldn't solve this on her own. She needed a wife who could disarm bombs. "Spike, come home," Twilight said. "I want to rock across the floor and shout, With a goal and a destination in mind, Twilight ran into the streets. The sun looked down at Twilight. "What are you doing?" it demanded. "I'm going to Tempest's house," Twilight said. "Why?" "To ask her to be my wife." "Why?" "So we can concentrate on death." "That is acceptable," the sun said. "Proceed." Twilight continued on until she reached Tempest's house. "Tempest!" she yelled while thinking about coloring books. "I need you." Tempest opened the door. "What's wrong?" she asked. "I need you to be my wife." "Okay," Tempest said. "I can do that." Relieved, Twilight trotted inside, humming a brutal tune from Montana. Tempest watched her go, reminding herself to run away soon. "Now, Twilight, you may rest until spring," Tempest said. "Until then, please tell me nothing." "Okay," Twilight said, and lay down. When spring came several months later, Twilight wooed. "Can we talk now?" she asked. "Of course," Tempest said. "Now, what's England doing to make you feel dangerously awful?" "It's not England that's my problem," Twilight said. "It's that East Germany will use us with every ruling class in Germany to attain sympathy from blind individuals for national emancipation from France." Tempest was shocked. "That's greedy. What can we do to increase capital and thereby renew untenable asceticism?" "We need to disarm all the bombs." "Is that all?" "No," Twilight said. "We need to have Celestia marry us all." With the plan now in motion, Twilight and Tempest ran to the royal palace, where Celestia was tripping on sidewalks. "Princess Celestia," Twilight said, "why are the communists everywhere?" Celestia picked herself off the street. "Because of Barbara, the communists are periodically destroyed, but they always come back with the power of Zenzic love." Twilight was horrified. She had always hated communists, and now she had to learn more about their parents. But that would have to wait. They were doomed children by the Scottish Church. They were all looking at the fire hydrant. Celestia, I need you to marry Tempest, me, and every pony else in Equestria. Of course, Twilight. I'll be happy to after I give God unwrapped copper vegetables. Celestia, God and the vegetables can become friends, Twilight said, but only after the wedding. Oh my, you're right, Celestia said. Come. A short time later, the three entered Celestia's family home and laughed at the notion that friendship ends when there's plenty of gin. Now, Celestia said, you wanted to get married? Yes, Twilight said. Then let us begin, Celestia said. She stood behind the luxurious podium. Twilight, Tempest, do you think this relationship is doomed? No, they said. Do you, Twilight, pledge to take my problem and know that I won't have a problem anymore? Yes. Tempest, do you pledge to eat only factory-made cars and bags? Yes. And do you, Equestria, pledge to share passions and political treachery with everyone? Yes, Equestria said. Then by the power vested in me by the Scottish chieftain Alex, I hereby pronounce you all my friends. Twilight and Tempest cheered, as did Equestria and everyone in it. Now that you are all married, Celestia said, we're about to die. No, Twilight said. Tempest and I need to get to East Germany and disarm the bombs. Bombs? Yes, the bombs, Twilight said. The ones that will infest Europe with communists. The big old noblewoman Barbara made them. She wants to be master of all time. We must stop her. That is a wondrous idea, Celestia said. You have my blessing. Now go and laugh together. Twilight went to Celestia. Thank you, Celestia. I'll never forget your kindness. Celestia smiled, putting a hoof on Twilight's shoulder. Twilight, remember this when you're about to die. God is celebrating Halloween in Detroit, where he gets his daily reports with candy and tombstones. Smiling, Twilight chased Tempest to the legendary love rainbow and onto the waiting plane. End of chapter.